Okay, so this Fenty stuff keeps going back and forth. So many conflicting reports going on. It's honestly just irritating me. But LVMH want to make their sell in their stake if they're allowed to do so with her permission. They're basically clapping back with how much they sell per second, or how many seconds that this particular lip gloss is going for, showing how demand in Fenty is. And now more information about Fenty has actually dropped. LVMH insiders are speaking, and it's not good news. It might seem like big news that LVMH is looking to offload its 50% stake in Rihanna's Fenty Beauty, but it's not all surprising. After all, the conglomerate how do you pronounce this word? Sorry, this is really pissing me off, guys, because why are you just throwing this word into the world? English really irritates me sometimes. It's my native language, but it pisses me off because it's just like, why do you sound like this sometimes?
Conglomerate.
So this is, why am I fighting the word? Why am I, see, I'm too aggressive. I need to calm down. I'm really ready to just fight. Like, I need to actually... Conglomerate. And I'm doing I'm doing that. It's a lot. Conglomerate. After all, the conglomerate has all but dismantled Kendo, its challenged beauty incubation arm, which launched Fenty in 2017. Marc Jacobs and Bite Beauty both shut down operations a few years ago, and no amount of rebranding could have saved Kat Von D, which Kendo finally sold last month. Even Fenty, Kendo's signature success story, has lost momentum. Swing by any Sephora, and it's clear that Fenty has lost its prime merchandising space. Indeed, an LVMH insider told me that Fenty's revenue peaked several years ago, actually, and a person close to Sephora said that the brand sales in North America are down double digits. I can't even read. Now I can't flipping read. So embarrassing when I have the stutter, and then the stutter just translates into verbal diarrhea. I don't know if anybody has a stutter, but it's like, if you can relate, it goes into this verbal diarrhea. I'm just trying to read you a story and I keep interrupting you guys. These days, anyways, Fenty's business is negligible compared to LVMH's real beauty priorities. Sephora, the most important retailer in the space, and Dior, one of the biggest beauty lines. Fenty is no longer a core asset, so the person with knowledge of LVMH's businesses, they decide not to buy the other half. Sephora did not respond to a request for comment. So I want to repeat to you guys, an LVMH insider, it's being reported, is stating that Fenty is down by double digits and that their revenue peaked several years ago. They're no longer a important core asset. People are looking at Sephora and Dior more so than Fenty. Fenty is basically in big trouble. And if LVMH are stating from the insiders that they're worried, Jay-Z doesn't want this because it's going to impact his money as well. Jay-Z's good friends with LVMH and, with Arnold Reynolds, I believe his name is, and these people. So down double digits. If they've peaked, LVMH want to move on. They want to make profits, they want their money. They don't give a damn about who you are. And I do believe that Rihanna's, stubbornness to not release an album has impacted this. She could have been released at least one album in the last 7-8 years. This would have helped promote Fenty so much so. Yeah, she's made money from it, but you also want to make more and more and more. When it comes to people making money, when it comes to people who are multimillionaires and billionaires, they're greed. They want more. No millionaire was like, you know what, I've made enough, let me walk away. They want to keep making more, which is why LVMH even want to move. Rihanna should have put out that damn album, promoted Fenty, given Fenty to people when they came to the tour. And when it came to the album launch, and you get some Fenty stuff with the products, it would have been an easy insight to get more sales. But you want to go make this Smurf music for no reason, and then in some of the Fenty stuff, when you buy Fenty, you get a Smurf song, as if anybody wants to buy that damn song. Nobody wants to hear that. And then before that, she did a different song as well. I don't know. It's not good for Rihanna, basically. If LVMH insiders are double downing on this conversation, double downing on the fact that Fenty is crashing down double digits, they're no longer a core asset, their revenue has peaked, their revenue isn't doing well. That's what they're saying. That's what the LVMH streets are saying from the insiders, and it just is not good news. Now, something strange, guys, is happening to Nicki Minaj over the past couple of weeks per months. Of course, Nicki has been on a tirade against Jay-Z, but I also do feel like that they are on her in some kind of way. Rock Nation are on Nicki Minaj in some weird way. Want to find out, where she's going with all of this, Demore and Desiree Perez stuff that she keeps talking about. and for the fact that Nicki Minaj, they're talking about her mental health now, and that she apparently is unwell and is having these rants and is not doing. I just feel like the whole shit with Nicki and Cardi, I didn't really get into it because they argue all the time and I really don't give a damn, and I'm just not really in. I know it sounds crazy to say, but like I don't like I just didn't really care about what they were saying. I feel like they were both wrong when it came to the mentioning of the kids and etc. Cool, I just don't really care about it. That I feel like was a distraction. I feel like the issue here is that I feel like Roc Nation is obsessed with Nicki Minaj in some kind of way, and you know, DJ Academics was had a deposition recently, and he kept tweeting about the fact that they kept asking for Nicki, they kept asking for Drake. I feel like I would want to get to her to try and lock her down with the Bakers Act, like they've done to Demoria Hadley. That's what I feel like Nicki Minaj. I feel like she's in trouble with them, definitely enemies now, and I just feel like the conversation around her is that she's unwell, and that she needs to be guarded and controlled, taken care of, much similar to Britney Spears and other people with conservatorships, which are only for some reason centered around women, not men. But I just find it to be very odd. I just feel like something in the buttermilk ain't clean with Roc Nation, and we can see that with Desiree Perez, we can see that with the Ram Muir case, we can see that just in general with how they moved even with Busby, and the fact that, you know, the relationship with Diddy, then they wanted to suddenly drop Diddy. All of it is just bizarre and weird to me, and I wasn't looking at the weirdness of Roc Nation until the trial of P. Diddy took place. When he got arrested and that trial took place, something shook. It wasn't Cat Williams' interview that opened this portal. I genuinely believe it was P. Diddy getting arrested in September 2024 that shook something. That is why I believe all of this has started happening. So I just feel like with Nicki constantly raising awareness and conversation and dragging and etc., they don't like that, and I feel like they're trying to cut corners to get to her in some kind of way to stop all of this from happening, which is why she also was talking about how people were taking money from her tours, and how basically, you know, I feel like Roc Nation likes to help people's enemies if they have a common enemy. Like they would find people to, you know, track Busby down, or they would find people to find that house of that woman who came forward and said that Diddy and Jay-Z R-worded her and then recorded and etc. Like they will help the enemies if it benefits them, and I think this is happening with Nicki. If we look through these DJ Academic tweets, he's like, this is how you know Roc Nation is thirsty for info about Drake and Nicki, constantly asking about them. Nicki doesn't even like me, why would Nicki even pay me? Do simple math. Quint Emanuel, Roc Nation and Megan's lawyers, attorneys billed $3,000 an hour. We did 8 hours. They had 7 to 10 attorneys on the line. Simple math bills that to be between 150 and 200K. They're spending hundreds of thousands to ask about Nicki for 8 hours, and Nicki sends a few tweets for free, but she's the crazy one. I don't know. I'm just saying, this is what I mean. This governance, this control, this awareness, this tracking, this, you know, all of this to me is weird. Also, Quint Emanuel, they are owed like nearly 6 million from Eric Adams, so I'm not sure that they're in debt, but they definitely are owed money. So why would they spend so much on this? If you've got a deposition involving with Megan, Milagro and DJ Academics, why are you asking about Nicki? It's just this governance and control and trying to get in. And then when we look back to Diddy, he likes to do the filming of people. And then we look at, you know, other people in Roc Nation who've been accused of wiretapping and recording. All of this extra governance, control that you're doing of somebody, and I want to know why, to shut them down. I'm not saying that Nicki is some angel, but I definitely feel like when Roc Nation is involved, something in the buttermilk ain't right. That's just how I feel about it, and I don't think that a lot of people were conscious about how Roc Nation and something in the buttermilk ain't right about them until Diddy was arrested. When that took place, I feel like all of Jay-Z's problems slowly have begun. Slowly people are becoming more conscious and a bit odd of Roc Nation. And then of course you've got Nicki, somebody huge, constantly trying to make people aware about it with her crash outs and her rants, and they don't like that either. They want to shift the narrative. So I don't know what it is, but I just feel like since Diddy's arrest, I've just become conscious of that. A lot of people have been conscious of it, and things have shifted in the paradigm. And when I say something else is coming, I don't mean tomorrow or the next 6 months. I genuinely am speaking in the next 8 to 15 years, in that time paradigm. But I feel like a shift has begun, and you know, something will happen, but it just takes it's very slow, and you have to be patient with this. And you know, it's funny because we think that time is passing by quickly, but stuff like this, you know, it takes a long time. Anyways, I don't know if you guys even got what I'm talking about. Apologies for stuttering early on in the video. It happens sometimes. I randomly have verbal diarrhea, and I just end up just being and pronouncing so many words wrong. Do subscribe, guys. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Maybe I'm dyslexic. I don't know. I don't give a damn. I don't know. We got through the video. That's all that. We got through the video. That's all that matters. Subscribe if you guys wish to. It goes a long way. And I will catch you guys soon for another video.